Hello everyone, and welcome to a new week. It's Monday, March 30th, 2020. As always, this is Cord Cutting Today, and I am Philip Palermo. I hope everyone's had a good, enjoyable weekend. I also hope you're all staying safe right now. Anyone out there about to cut their own hair? If you've gone that route, how did it go? I'm asking for a friend. As for the weekend, I actually caught a bit of the live broadcast of the eNASCAR iRacing Pro Invitational Series. We reported on that a bit last week, and it's a virtual racing series featuring past and present NASCAR drivers, all competing in the racing simulator iRacing. And so Fox started broadcasting the races and showcasing them like traditional real-life affairs, complete with their broadcasting team, cutaways, analysis, replays, and more. It was really fascinating to watch and made me curious about some of the ways sports organizations are trying to stay engaged with their fans. And in fact, actually, we're going to talk a little bit about another example a little later on today. Before that, though, if you're new to the channel, please do click like and subscribe to join our wonderful YouTube community. And if you want to be notified whenever we publish new content here, feel free to click that bell icon as well. Of course, all the stories we'll talk about today are listed and linked down in the video description below. So if you want to learn more, you can check out those posts over at cordcuttersnews.com. And with all that being said, let's get on to the news. First up, we've heard from a number of AT&T Now and AT&T TV subscribers that more and more local stations have been showing up on their channel lineups. Of course, availability is going to vary depending on your location, and not everyone in a given area has reported seeing the new channels just yet, but it is encouraging to hear that more local options are becoming available to AT&T Now and AT&T TV subscribers. So what about you? Are you a subscriber? If so, did you notice any local TV options over the weekend? Feel free to comment down below and let us know what you're noticing. And in more AT&T news, we have a more affordable phone option from AT&T subsidiary Cricket Wireless. This new plan comes in at $15, and Cricket Wireless says it's in response to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic and the various economic impacts we continue to feel. The $15 plan was launched last week and includes unlimited talk and text plus 2 gigabytes of data. It's available to both new and existing customers, although Cricket wasn't clear on exactly how long this deal will last. Now, if a $15 phone plan sounds a bit familiar, that might be because we also talked about T-Mobile last week, who announced their $15 T-Mobile Connect plan, also in response to the ongoing pandemic. Now, T-Mobile announced that plan late last year and was going to wait until its merger with Sprint was finalized, but it opted to launch it early instead. And while the starting price is similar, there are a couple differences to note beyond the obvious one of different networks. For the Cricket plan, you get 2 gigabytes of data per month, and then, if you exceed that amount, you can still use data, but it's throttled all the way down to 128 kilobits per second. On the T-Mobile Connect plan, on the other hand, there's a hard cap at 2 gigabytes, but you can upgrade to 5 gigabytes for $25 monthly. So with all that in mind, have any of you actually taken advantage of these new low-cost options? If so, what's your experience been like so far? As always, you can leave a comment down below, and if you'd like to know more about Cricket Wireless's new plan, you'll find that link down below in our video description as well. Next up, it's another example of sports networks turning to video games to keep fans entertained. Last night on FS1, Fox Sports broadcast the Fox Esports Madden NFL Invitational. This was a 2-hour single elimination tournament featuring past and present NFL stars competing remotely with the goal of raising awareness for the CDC Foundation's COVID-19 relief efforts. Of course, there's a great cause involved here. The CDC Foundation is a nonprofit that supports the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, but we're also curious how sports fans reacted and what they thought of the event. Like with the NASCAR event I talked about earlier and various examples in basketball and hockey using video games to simulate postponed or canceled seasons, are there sports fans out there that are enjoying these competitions? Beyond that, are there games you'd like to see your favorite sports stars compete in? For example, I myself tweeted over the weekend about wanting to see NASCAR drivers go at it in Mario Kart, but what else do you think might be fun to see? Let us know below. Moving on, like I mentioned earlier, it's March 30th, which means April is officially right around the corner, and that makes it the perfect time to showcase what cord cutters can expect on various networks and services. Case in point, Crackle. We have a detailed post over at cordcuttersnews.com where we discuss some of the originals, exclusives, and other content coming to Crackle this April. We've got a science documentary narrated by Arnold Schwarzenegger, which I'm personally very curious about. There's also a documentary following the 1985 Chicago Bears, one of the more dominant and memorable teams in NFL history. Feel free to check out the full post on our site, and of course, we have a link to that included in the video description down below. Speaking of content suggestions, Jess has a post up about what to watch with the Showtime 30-day free trial. We've reported on a number of free previews and trials of late, so that everyone staying indoors can test out various premium channels and networks. In Showtime's case, they're offering a free trial for 30 days if you sign up before May 3rd. So to help you make the most of those 30 days, Jess pulled together a selection of featured movies, original shows, documentaries, and more. We've got options like a documentary on Kobe Bryant and original shows like Billions, Homeland, and Shameless. Make sure you check out Jess's post for more suggestions and some important fine print about that 30-day free trial. And you can find all that info, of course, at cordcuttersnews.com. On the gaming front, we have Sony, which announced earlier last week that it would follow the lead of several video streaming services in Europe by throttling game download speeds to help ease network congestion. And then later in the week, it announced it would take similar measures in the US. Now, to be clear, Sony says this won't affect online multiplayer gameplay. The download throttling only affects the speed at which you download games that you've purchased. And with digital game downloads trending upward, and some of those download sizes hitting or exceeding 100 gigabytes each, the idea here is to reduce overall strain on the network. Over the past few days and weeks, we've seen streaming services like Netflix and YouTube opt to lower streaming quality on their content to help ease congestion. And as the coronavirus situation continues to evolve, we may still see more moves in the near future, and we'll keep you updated if we hear anything. And lastly, we have Sling TV, which continues to add to its Stay In and Sling initiative. Now, the goal with this is to offer up a ton of content and encourage subscribers to stay home and stream. And ever since the initiative was announced, Sling has added more and more options and content. This newest edition adds free previews, including a slew of Showtime channels like Showtime, Showtime 2, and Showtime Family Zone. Beyond that, we have Chameleon, which features a number of popular animated shows like Transformers Prime and Pokemon. There's also an Epic Sampler where you can try out free episodes of some of the top series on Epics. Naturally, Jess has a detailed post over at cordcuttersnews.com where you can check out all the free editions. And by the way, have any of you signed up for these Sling deals? If so, what kinds of content are you enjoying so far? Feel free to comment down below. And that brings us to the end for Cord Cutting Today on Monday, March 30th, 2020. As always, if you like what we're doing here and want to support us, please do click like and subscribe, and maybe even that bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new videos. For now, we hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. My name is Philip Palermo. Thank you for watching. Take care.